Here's the thing. A lot of people say they want to be an interpreter, which is fabulous. And I just champion that and celebrate that for them. And then finally they get there and become that interpreter, right? And then something feels off after they've now that are now interpreters. Like what they thought they would feel freeing, being flexible, fulfilling, is now they're now doing jobs that is draining them. They're just saying yes to the work that doesn't fit their life, and they, you know, maybe loudly sometimes, but they just wonder, wait, did I choose something wrong? Am I like what's the deal here? Well, here's the truth, right? You didn't choose wrong. You just didn't. Your choosing was just too vague. So let's talk about that in today's video. In regards to yes, you want to be this interpreter, but what does that mean, and what does that look like for you? Because the expectation and the reality is just totally different. So imagine feeling like you want the freedom, you want to be able to pick and choose what you want, but actually you're just taking and getting whatever it is that is there. Or is it the flexibility thinking, okay, not fully deciding what that gets to look like for you? And then now you're ending up in an environment that is draining, that's making you feel like, okay, what's going on? Because what this is the deal. You fell in love with the idea, but not the design. You didn't actually say what that looks like for you. What does being an interpreter actually mean? You're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. Like, yeah, I want to be that. Well, okay, but what's that mean? Because wanting to be an interpreter is just surface level. It's not clear, it's not defined. What's the lifestyle you want to have as an interpreter? What environments do you want to be in? Like, is it kind of like, okay, I do this kind of work in this area. I like, what's that? What kind of clients do you want to have? Because those are the things that we don't truly take the time to consider and think about. We're just like, oh yeah, I just want to be an interpreter. And then you end up being plugged on into things that you have no desire, or it's draining, or the concept of what's the environment is just not there. The energy required to just sustain that is just, is it like, okay, I want to be a medical interpreter and I'm working in hospitals, or is it a community that I want to work with, or what kind of people do I want to like spend my time in? Like taking the time to really think about it. Do I want to work in a community? Do I want to go corporate? Do I want to be working with like people who are in high level conferences, things like that? Do I just want to be local in my area, or do I want to travel? Do I want to go to country by country, or do I want to do these certain things? Like we just say we want to be in tech, but what does that mean to you? How do you want to, like, what lifestyle? Because this, we have to really think about it. Because you could have a concept of like, this is what I mean, and then you now get to, you're like, oh no, this is not what I signed up for. But you did not define it. You just said yes to everything. You just had this, there was no internal filter into this is what I want to do, or this is the kind of environment or people or situation or topics that I'm going to associate myself with or not. So then what happens? You start taking what comes your way instead of choosing what you desire to do. So you're not misaligned in that way. You're just available for whatever because you haven't taken the time to decide what kind of interpreter do you want to be? What kind of places do you want to work in? What kind of interpreter do you want to stand for? What kind of courses do you want to support? And what do you not want as well? Like really need to think about what is this for me? Like than just oh here would have been okay. Then what will happen when you qualified? The ray is there, and then you start finding yourself being, oh my goodness, I just, and then it's like, oh, there's nothing else. I don't know because you haven't defined it. So this is where we now take the time to decide who am I and how, where, what kind of work do I want to do? What kind of spaces do I want to be in? What do I want to accept? What kind of things do I desire? Because clarity is the boundary, not the wish. Once you truly know the areas, the kind of work that you want, that's where you lean into, because where your focus goes, your energy will flow. But if you have no direction into the desires that you want, you just be helter scatter in everything. So it's not just what job, what impact do you want to make in the profession? What experiences do you want people to have when you're around? Like really consider and start thinking about all these different things. And like, how do you want to like show up? Like, how come? Like, what's your present? Do an advocative role? Like, what energy do you want to bring into the room? Really take the time to consider all those things than just saying, I want to be this. Okay, but what does that mean like for you? Because what interpreting means for you will be totally different from what it means for me, right? Like there's certain like I just don't like doing evening work. I like doing certain things. Like knowing what that is for you. I have a colleague that just loves to like late night work. Fine. Another colleague that just loves to commute. Like they love the long drive because they can listen. They can do like kudos to them. For me, I just like to hip skip and I'm in the location. I don't have the energy. But it's really taking the time to decide what that looks like for you before you fully commit into the role. Because the work you attract reflects who you're being. So you really need to take the time to decide, okay, I'm representing this. Even if like you were just there to interpret, there is still a part of you that is this is the kind of thing that I'm backing. So if something feels off, it's not really the profession. It's like you lack specificity on an area that you want to work in and what the things that you want to do. Because vague goals create misaligned lives. What lives do you want? You want to have the lives where you're picking up kids. If you have kids, you want to have a situation where you have jobs. When you start focusing on that, your brain will go out looking for opportunities and you just start seeing ideas and things coming in place for you to see those things come to life. So my thing for you is take the time to decide what that looks like for you. What location, where everything, like break it down. How you're being, the environments, the type of role, the people you're going to be working with, the organization, what impacts, what you represent. When you have all those things in place, you work towards that. And then it just becomes enjoyable and aligned and refreshing and embodied. So yeah, take the time to do that. And yeah, let me know what your area of special, whatever that is, or like who you're represent. Now I'm blabbering. Excuse me. But yeah, like I would love to know in the comment section what kind of interpreter are you or you choosing to be. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember, your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.